this three-part tutorial, I'll be creating this design. I'll walk you step by step on how to create this website. Hi, my name is Umar Hamza from edesignsolutions.com. Today I'm going to show you how I build a very quick mock-up within Moonfruit. I'm looking at this website called Wimbledon's Osteopath, and I want to create a quick mock-up within Moonfruit. I've logged into my Moonfruit account. If you don't have an account with Moonfruit, what you can do is go to moonfruit.edesignsolution.com, and that basically is our affiliate link. Moonfruit will know that we sent you and would appreciate if you use that link to sign up for an account. Now, signing up for an account is very, very easy. Once you've done that, sign into your dashboard and we're going to click Add Site. We'll choose the version 6, which is the latest version of Moonfruit, and I'm going to quickly look for a template. Now, I think this one looks good, so we're going to use this, and I'm going to click Build. I'm going to give it a quick name. For the website name, I'm going to click Launch Site. I'm going to dismiss this message. What I've done is I've actually done some research, and I've had a look at a few other sites that do the same thing, so other osteopaths, and I've had a look at this website. It looks really cool, and I also like the look of this website as well. So we're going to try to take some elements from this to design this site. The first thing I want to do is just copy over the logo, the company name. The company name is at the top of the website, and it's shown on every single page throughout the site. And so if I go to the gallery page, so I can navigate through here, or also I can navigate through here as well. You can see that the logo is always at the top. And the same thing goes for the footer. The footer is also at the bottom. And that's basically called Page Master. To open the Page Master, you can double click on any object that's on the master page, or activate the side panel. So I'll click on Edit, and then you can see here it says Page Master. Click on that, and then what I'm going to do is copy the paste over the text from the company logo. So we have Wimbledon Osteopath. I'll just cut this out, and I'm going to paste it in here. So I'll double click, and then I'll right click and paste. So that goes in there, and then I'll just press delete on my keyboard to get rid of that space. So this needs to be resized down, and I don't think the font is appropriate for this business tab. As you can see here that they're using sort of like a very basic font. In the floating editor with Moonfruit, I'll select my logo. On the fonts tab, I'm going to select fonts. And I'll go for very simple font face like Open Sans. Also Arial is a good one to try as well. So for now I'll just use Open Sans because it's quite nice actually. Yeah, and I click OK. Then now I'm going to reduce the size as well so that it actually fits within its logo space. So I'm going to try and half it. Actually, should have been 20, 22, but yeah, 20. Let's increase that a little bit because that's not working. So it needs to come up to this area here. And let me just double check how they have their logo. See, they've written that in uppercase. This is all sentence case or capitalized. I think for now I'll leave it capitalized, but I'll just make it a little bit larger. So let's try 32. It's a little bit too large. Try 30. Just looking good. Okay, so I'm going to click on this object. So this is a divider here, and then I'll move it upwards a little bit. I'll do the same thing for this as well. So we need to make this larger as well. And this font is Railway, which is quite interesting. For now, I'm going to make it Open Sans, just to make it consistent. So Open Sans is here. And click OK. I'll make it a bit larger, so let's try 28. I'm not getting anything there. I'll leave it at 20. So we'll leave it at 20 for now, and maybe what we can do is center it. See how that looks. Now let's just have it on the left. So what I'll do is I'll come back and I'll work on the logo again. What I'm going to do here is make sure that the logo is sort of aligned to the details on the right. And I've just clicked on the ruler and I've held down on my mouse button and I've just dragged the line down. Then to remove it, if I go to edit, I can go to guides and I can clear guides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the address here. To use another icon, I'm going to go to insert. I'll go to image widget library, sorry, and then I'll go to icons. We're trying to find a good icon. Let me expand this a little bit. So I'm going to find an icon of a house to represent the address in the header. So let's just look for that, shall we? I'm not sure if they have one. Actually, what I did see is an icon of a map pin. So we can use that for an address, can't we? So we need this. So what I'll do is I'll double click on it. And then I'm going to just sort of collapse this with this sort of icon here. I can collapse the file manager. And then I can click on the icon and move it into place. So I'm just going to move it over this icon here at the moment, just to make sure that I can resize it. And then I'm going to use the arrow keys on my keyboard to sort of nudge it upwards a little bit. I can drag my guide down again, so I'm clicking and holding the left mouse button. And then what I'm going to do is make it a little bit smaller so that it sort of matches that height there. So if I click on the object I want to resize, I can basically use this percentage. So this is basically the scale. So I can scale it down in percentage. So for instance, if I make sure that this padlock is connected, I'll type in 90 and it will sort of scale the width and height down by 10%, sorry. So I'll just press enter on my keyboard and then you can see it's resized down. So that ensures that the width and the height is basically has the same aspect ratio. I think we'll go down to 80. So go down by another 5. I'll press enter on my keyboard. I'll click off the icon. You can see now that it's sort of similar size. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move a ruler from the left, click and drag to line up this icon here. So when I delete this icon, I know where to put my my icon. I'm going to go into style, drop the opacity a little bit just to make it transparent. So the black against when the black becomes transparent, it will against the white background, it will become grey. So I can now move that there. I think I'll move it in a little bit more so it's closer to the text. And then I'll go back to edit and I'll clear the guides. Cool. So now what I need is the address and then the telephone number. As you can see here, we're using Railway. So I think maybe we should change the font of the logo to Railway. In fact, I think that might be a good decision to make at this point. So I'll just do that quickly. Go down to Railway. I can increase this font size. So sometimes when you click on an area within the editor, it doesn't work. So you have to sort of click off and then click the object again. Go into the editor and then update what you need to update. I think 25 pixels is a bit too much. Try 23, a little bit too much. We'll try 22 and press enter. And that looks fine. So what I'm going to do is reduce the space between the logo and this line. So I'll click on the line, use the arrow key to nudge it up a little bit. Just to make sure that that works well and is aligned. So I'm going to put the address in here. Let's see if I can find an address where we are. So we have the address down here. I'll just copy that. And what I can do is just select that, press delete, and then right click and paste. So what we have is the address, put a comma here, and then I'll press delete on my keyboard and press delete again. And so how they had it, they had this part of it bold, it's part of the address, so I'll bold that. That works fine, and that can be left. I'll double click, go to the end, and I'll press delete just to make sure there's no space after the address. And then now what I want to do is just left align the whole text, just to make sure so that it's lined up to the left of the page, and then I can move this icon. So using the arrow key and then holding shift, the object will move in 10 pixel increments, and if I just use the arrows by itself, it will move the object in single or 1 pixel increments. Cool. So the telephone number is next. So it's a telephone number here. I'll just copy that in. Excuse me, what happened there? Let's copy that quickly. I'll double click on the text box and paste that in. Then press the delete key at the end of the number. I'm gonna sort of right align this again. Oh, sorry, gonna right align that as well. Okay, I think that looks okay. Let's have a look at this. We've got a navigation menu here, and I'll look at these sites and how they've done it. So this navigation kind of looks nice. I like the way that they've done it. So we'll use something like that. So let's go back here. I'm going to use this line here, just make it a little bit larger, so it sort of covers the navigation. I'm going to go, because at the moment what it's done is now it's covered the navigation above it, so I'm going to go to edit, I'll go to arrange, and I click send back. So now the navigation is above that, and then I'll hold down shift on my keyboard because I want to select these two objects. And then I'm going to align this menu to the left. So what I'll do is I'll go to align in the edit panel, and then I'll click align to the left. So that's looking good. I'm going to click on our menu and just make sure that it's aligned to the bottom. And then I'll resize this again and reduce that in height. I noticed that our logo is a little bit close to the menu, so I'm going to, in fact, what I can do is make this a little bit smaller because it's a bit too large. So I think 20 pixels was okay, and then I'm going to move it up a bit so it's closer to that line. Move the line up a bit as well. So that's looking better. I'm going to save that. So I need to make sure that the logo and the contact details are sort of aligned together. So that's aligned to, actually that's not aligned to the top. So I'll put that ruler there, and I'll put this ruler here. And then what I can do is select these two objects by holding shift and clicking on the icon as well as the text box. Align that upwards. In fact, later on I'm going to make this a bit larger, but for now I think I'll leave it. So 16 pixels. Actually, let's make it larger now, so let's just say 18. And that way we can, sorry, I'm going to undo that because I accidentally moved the ruler. What you can do in edit, you can click, actually you can click snap glides, so the guides snap into place. So I'm just going to click on this and hold down shift and move it in 10 pixel increments, and then resize the text box so that it doesn't collapse into two lines. Um, that's fine. And then I can just click and drag, click in a blank space, and then drag over these two objects, and then just nudge it down a little bit. Do the same thing here, nudge this down. Even though it's not aligned, it just gives the illusion that they're aligned in some way if we have this centered. Okay, cool, that's fine. I'm going to clear my guides now. And then now I can select, so click on the blank area and select the nav and the background, nudge it up a bit. Let's see what I can do with this, because I need to change the design of these. Okay, cool. So these have rounded corners and I don't want that. So what I'm going to do is, with the menu selected, I'll click on Style in the editor, and then I'll just click 0 for the corners. And then I'll go to Setup, and we have a gap in between these. I can remove the gap to about 1 pixel. So that actually is 1 pixel space in between that gap there. And then we got to work on our colors. This site uses a bit of a blue color, orange, and there's yellow. So blue, orange, and yellow. Go to color.adobe.com and then go click on Explore. You can search blue, orange, and you'll get a bunch of colors. So let's look for a good color. So click on Edit, and now you'll see this color wheel. It might look a little intimidating, but we're going to choose a blue color and just copy the hex code. And now we'll change the color of the logo. In the floating editor, click on Font, and then paste in the hex code within the box. So you can see now the color has been updated. Next, we're going to work on the navigation. So click on the navigation background, and then click Style and change the color to dark gray. Just press enter, and now we're going to change the actual menu links themselves. So click on the menu, click on Style. So what I want to do is just make the button color the same color as the background. I mean, the transparency doesn't really matter in this case. You can leave it as it is, or you can decide to change it to 100%. So the background menu and the default background links are gray. Go back to the style editor. We're going to change the default links to white. Now, as you can see, we keep having to paste in the blue color again and again and again. So what you can do is click on the little plus icon, and this will open up the custom colors, and then you can click add. That will basically save it to our custom colors, and then our hover color will be that blue, and we can select the color that we saved before. And the background also will have a blue, and we change the opacity to 100%. And the selected state will be exactly the same. And then now we can nudge it back. If you hold on Shift, you can nudge it back in 10 pixel increments. Now, a bit later on, I think what I'll do is introduce an icon to the logo, but for now, we'll leave it as it is, because I think it looks okay. And then we can save these changes, and we can exit the page master. Now, what we need to do is add in the nav links. So to change the menu links, go to Pages, Organize Page, and you'll see the Pages dialog open. And then here you can add new pages and sort of drag them around. But what we'll do is we'll add a blank link for now, because I don't want to add pages as of yet, because this is just a home page design. To add a new page, click Add a New Page in the top right, and then click Link. I'm going to add a dot link. So to do that, I'll add a hashtag. I'll click Next, and then I'll give the page a name. Then I'll click Next, and now I can choose whether I want the page to be before or after a specific page, or at the end or the beginning of the list. And then I'll repeat all of this for all the rest of the pages, and then click Apply. So that's it for part 1. In part 2, we'll continue on to finish off this site. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much.